to Florida conservatives. Despite leaving public office last year, Adam Hasner is routinely mentioned by conservative and mainstream media as a potential candidate for the United States Senate. 2012, baby, 2012. And I gotta do a plug. We do have bracelets in the back for $1 that say 2012 starts today. I can say amen to that. Amen. Adam is a lifelong Republican who believes in limited government, free markets, and a strong national defense. He is 100% pro-life and has received the A+ rating from the National Rifle Association for his record on Second Amendment issues. He has amassed a consistent voting record in favor of tax relief, reducing government spending, increasing personal freedoms, reining in government regulations, and promoting entrepreneurship. Adam is also unwavering in his commitment to keep Americans free, prosperous, and safe by recommitting America to strong national defense policies. Let's give that a round of applause. Adam was born in Brooklyn, New York. I'll forgive him for that. He was raised by two former public school teachers. Adam moved to Florida when he was 8 years old and attended Palm Beach County Public Schools. He is a graduate of the University of Maryland and Florida State University Law School. Go Knowles. He was elected to the Florida House in 2002 and instantly became a foot soldier in the Jeb Bush conservative revolution. Adam served alongside Marco Rubio for 6 years and in 2007 was the Speaker. In 2007 was tapped by then the Speaker Rubio to serve as Majority Leader for the Republican caucus. During this time, Adam was also a leading opponent to the efforts by some in the Republican Party to abandon core principles, and was recognized as a strong voice in opposition to the policies of then Governor Charlie Crist. Today, Adam now serves as the national co-chairman of the Citizens Action Group, the co-chairman of the Citizens Action Group, which has passed the Balanced Budget Amendment, which is passthebba.com. As a supporter of term limits, Adam returned to the private sector last year and currently serves as the founder of a legal and financial advisory firm. Adam and his wife Jillian both reside in Boca Raton, Florida. With that said, I'd also like to tell you that Adam and I also served as pages for Senator Doc Myers way back in the day. Senator Doc Myers was a great influence for both of us. He actually had the opportunity to intern with him when he was at Florida State. With that said, I'd love to introduce you to my friend, conservative activist, Adam Hasner.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Palm Beach County. It is so great to be here. It is so great to be here. As Shannon mentioned, I have opened officially an exploratory committee to challenge Bill Nelson for the United States Senate. My wife and I, Jillian, who is here, we just drove back in from Northeast Florida, where we spent last night at a Lincoln Day dinner up in Duval County, and I would just like to say it's great to be home with friends in Palm Beach County. Now, let me just stop for 1 second to just share a thought that I know everyone has on the top of their minds, and that is that our minds, our thoughts, our prayers are with our men and women in the military who are conducting operations right now overseas, and I know that we keep them in our thoughts and prayers. And as well, those in Japan who are suffering from a major, remarkable tragedy, that we keep them in our prayers and that we do all that we can to support them. So, as I go around the state and I have the opportunity to meet groups like this, you start to see that this movement of 9/12 and Tea Parties, this movement isn't going anywhere in spite what the liberal media has to say about it. This movement is getting stronger every single day. And it's thanks to every single one of you here and your friends who care so deeply about the future of this country. Now, we cannot turn this country around unless we gain control of the United States Senate and make Barack Obama a one-term president. And every day, the momentum of groups like this continues to build because we share a belief that enough is enough. We want leaders to tell it like it is, and if you're not going to go up there and do the job, then we're going to find somebody else who's going to do it. Now, I think everybody understands, too, that we face some very difficult challenges. One of which, certainly regarding the fiscal crisis that we face in Washington. And I will tell you that we have got to get federal spending under control, both in the short term and in the long term. And we cannot worry about the political consequences or the potential fallout from the possibility of a government shutdown or the possibility that the Democrats may have some type of political edge over us. We need to stand on principle. And there is one person who's here today who understands what it means to stand on principle, and he voted against a continuing resolution because he knows that's what's right for the country, and that's Congressman Alan West. Congressman West has gotten the message from you and the others around this country. Cut the spending, balance the budget, stop the borrowing, and reduce the debt. Now we just need to make sure that everyone else in Washington gets the message as well. Now, I know someone mentioned it earlier, and when we talk about our national debt, we know that we have a $14 trillion national debt. And that is no longer just bankrupting our country fiscally, it is bankrupting our country morally. Washington, D.C. is simply spending money that America does not have. And with that $14 trillion debt as now our greatest national security threat, our country now faces several challenges. We are borrowing from countries that do not share our values and our interests. And we cannot act on the world stage to take the moral leadership and the moral authority. And because of that, every single day, little by little, we effectively lose our nation's own sovereignty. Now, the Obama administration has what I would call a warped sense of foreign policy. That actually is a compliment, I think. Fair assessment of that. But what I would tell you is this, is that the Obama doctrine of engaging our enemies and distancing America from our allies is making America less safe, less trusted, and less respected around the world. We must restore a national security platform based on the Ronald Reagan philosophy of peace through strength. Now, Ronald Reagan made it look easy. He made it look easy, but it's not very simple when you have leaders in Washington who won't even admit that we have an enemy. Because you cannot fight an enemy when you will not acknowledge that an enemy even exists. And that enemy has a name, and that is Sharia-compliant Islam. And we cannot allow political correctness and multiculturalism or appeasement cripple our defenses at home or abroad. Because these are threats that don't only exist on foreign soil, but these are threats from those who seek to destroy us from within. Now, there were just some hearings in Washington led by Congressman Peter King, and I applaud him for his courage. Now, a lot of people were disturbed by the fact that we're having these hearings on the radicalization of the Muslim population here within our own borders. What disturbs me and what disturbs you is that it took nearly 10 years to have these hearings. That's what should be disturbing to you. What should also be disturbing to you is what was mentioned earlier, that a judge within the state of Florida, in judging on the litigation between private citizens in a Florida state court, announced that the decision was going to be based on Islamic law. That is not supporting the United States Constitution or the Constitution of the state of Florida. We need to speak out. We need to make sure that these threats do not continue to grow and do not continue to infiltrate our state and our country. And I would share with you that American prosperity, our national security, and our foundational Judeo-Christian values are interwoven and inseparable. Now, some people, and some even within the Republican Party, would tell you that now is not the time to have a discussion about social issues. But I disagree. I disagree, because it is the breakdown of fundamental values. It is the deterioration of our society that has led to a dependency for more government to cure the problems that ail us. But those of us here understand that government can't solve those problems. And you see, today, not only do we have so many seasoned American patriots out here, but we have a younger generation. And it is so great that so many families have brought their kids and their grandkids to share in this experience and to be involved in the movement to take our country back. And I am always reminded as to why this is so important. Because Ronald Reagan once said so eloquently, freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. It is not passed through the bloodstream. It must be fought for, protected, and handed on for them to do the same. Or one day we will spend our sunset years telling our children and our children's children what it was once like to live in the United States when men were free. Those words are why each and every one of you is here today. It is why I am so inspired when I have the opportunity to come out and meet you and listen to your stories. It's why we're traveling the state and talking to groups about the importance of our constitutional freedoms, about the importance of America as an idea of God-given rights, and as an ideal where citizens are guaranteed the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It is so great to see so many people out today so far ahead of an election. It just goes to show you that it's not only elections that matter, because winning elections is only a part of the solution. We need to make sure that we get the right elected officials in office to govern based on our Constitution and to govern conservatively. So as we continue this conversation, I look forward to it, but more importantly, I look forward to working with every single one of you in the coming months and the year and a half ahead to restore the promise of the United States of America. God bless you all.